Okay guys, I think I figured out what the problem was. You might have got the same error as me. From what I found is you can't have a JPEG or PNG file with a capital letter. So basically that if that happens, it'll delete your R Java file. And it'll just completely bug out your system and you get all these errors. So basically what I did is I just went back to the file I saved in as I changed it to a lowercase b and put a underscore in there. And so hopefully that'll change it. I'm just going to clean the project and hopefully you get those errors to erase. Okay, good. See, and we got our Java file back. So just make sure you keep everything lowercase. Now basically I'm going to run through how to work your emulator or your that we set up earlier. I called it DroidX. So basically you click on your main folder and right click and go run as Java application. And if you have your phone plugged in, that will also come up and you can run it on your actual phone. But here's the emulator that pops up. And it takes a while for it to load. So I'm just going to let that load and we're going to kind of walk through my main Java. And also you're going to open up your layout. And this is the XML file. Here are your two files, your Java file and your XML file. Give you a walkthrough of what this means and how you can add to it. Just so you can kind of mess around. For your XML file, there's two options at the bottom, graphical layout and your XML. Graphical layout will basically show you what's going to look like on your phone application. It says hello world, my main. Basically, I haven't done any programming yet, so that's what it's going to look like. And I'm just going to talk you through a little bit of XML. Like I said, this automatically came up. And we'll kind of go into detail about commands a little bit later. But here's your text view. As you can see, there is text on the screen. So basically text view means it's going to be text. And then the layout will be fill parent. There's also wrap content, fill parent, and you can also set it at how many pixels you want. They have it as fill parent, which basically means the width is going to take up it's going to take up the whole width. As you see, like when I scroll over it, it takes up the whole width that is available. And height is going to wrap the content, so it's going to wrap the text. But see, let's just say we want to change that to fill parent. Now it's not going to change your text, but we're going to save this. So when we go to the graphical layout, scroll over it, see now how it highlights the whole screen top to bottom. So these are just some simple commands. And again, we're going to go to wrap content and just save it. Again, it's just right there. Basically, this is a linear layout. So it's going to go top to bottom when you add more objects or more text. Basically, this is going to display the same thing right below it, because again, it's a text. There's two. And basically, right here, this is the Android text. This is what's displaying on the screen, and you're like, no, that's not what's displaying on the screen. This is what is displaying. And then we're going to save it, and you go back to graphical layout. This is what displaying. So why is this showing up? Because right here, this @ symbol is referencing your resources. And see, here's your resources. It's going to values, or which is labeled strings. We can open that up, and we see there is the hello. It's referencing string hello. So most likely, what this string hello is going to be saying is hello world, my main. So we go back up to the string XML. Hello. this is what it's referenced. This is its name, its ID. So when you use it in code, it's going to go to this file. This is what actually it holds within the file, the value of it, which is actually hello world my main. We can change it to, this is just a string reference. And then we can again save it, close that. Still referencing that string hello, but now when we go to the graphical layout, this is what we type. This is the value of the hello reference. So yeah, you can either do it that way where you reference a string in your actual string value, which is convenient for titles if you're working for a boss and he always changes the title. That way you don't have to look through thousands of lines of code to find that one title you're supposed to change. You can just go to your strings and then set up a title. Yeah, so you can go to your strings. We're just going to add a new one. Again, it's going to be string. String is basically words. We'll get into that later. We're going to say, we're going to label this as title. And we're going to say, this is the main title. Just save it. And then we can go back to our XML. And we're going to reference it. So we're going to hit the @ symbol. It is under the string. And title. So hopefully that should not give us any errors. And what an error would look like if I reference it wrong. Okay, maybe it's not giving me an error message, but I'm just going to make sure I do it right. And then when we go to the graphical layout, it'll be right there. Alright, this is just real basic. I'll get into more in-depth stuff in the next tutorial. This is just still getting kind of some basic concepts.